That's what I thought you said. Now let me offer this as a rebuttal.
What's good, everybody? RJC. I'm back at you with another video. You know I'm out here on 2K, and I got a little how-to video for you. And this one is gonna have to do with the shoes. So I'm pretty sure some of you have probably seen some people wearing them, other people not so much. But yeah, I tend to wear these every once in a while. What I'm teaching you and what I'm talking about is slides. You're gonna make, okay, so if you have a shoe deal, it's gonna be the easiest way to do it. So you're not gonna have to pay the $10,000 that 2K is taxing people for custom shoes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna, if you have a shoe deal and if you have the accolade of being able to get all your shoes for free, no matter what, make it under the shoe category that you have. So if you have Nike, go with Nike. If you have Jordan, go with Jordan, and so on. Adidas, Under Armour, you know, like that. So let's say, okay, so I have Nike, so I'm gonna go here, right? And you're not gonna go to edit, you're gonna go to create, and you're gonna create a low top shoe, and you're gonna want to use a mesh. So like the smallest one you can, or not like a, well, what it would be, this material would be a mesh, but the base, it's called base 1. But you're gonna want to find the one with the smallest holes, basically. Not this, because it looks like rubber, and this is too big. You see how this is? So what you're gonna want to do is find something like this, maybe, and put it full white. See what it looks like. So do something like this, probably. Even if you want to do something even more, you could do mesh and then go to what I use for mine is this one. But if you want to make it as realistic as possible, then use something like this. So what you're gonna do after this is you're gonna go here to your layers, and you're gonna want to add, not a tongue, you're gonna want to add overlays. So what this basically is overlays and a midsole. That's really it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go this way. And these are the Nike overlays, and we're gonna snag this one right here. It is Strata Overlay 4. Alright, so this is the first one you're gonna use. And you're gonna go down, keep the same color. You're gonna go down overlay again. And what you're gonna do is grab this one right here. Boom. Tory Overlay 11. And this is just closing off, this is making the strap for the slides. So anything past that is going to be like, anything past the edge of this overlay that we got right here is going to be like the where your toe would be. And then let's go over here, we're going to put another overlay like we have been doing for the past few. This one maybe, and then I'll use a midsole to cover up the rest of it. But yeah, pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just making layers. Actually, let me make the midsole first so that we can get that out of the way. So what I do, usually I just use this one, the lunar line. Make sure you make it rubber. I mean, you don't have to, but it doesn't really make a difference. But make sure you use the lunar line rubber outsole, and then or the midsole, and then put an outsole on it, and then just throw like I usually just throw the Nike Zoom one on there. And since now we have that little red spot, you guys can still see right there, right? And then what we're gonna do is go put another overlay. We're gonna find one that covers the little hole that is peeking out right there that we have right there, which I think we'll use this one because this one covers it just enough so that you can't see it. And I'm going to change the color to the red, but I'm going to put it under like that. Okay, so now we have our little bit of, oh, no, cancel. So now we're here. We have the semi-red stripe, right? And now we're going to do this. We're going to go down here, get it. Now you're going to want to get a tongue. So you go here, go to tongue. I say for this, go with one like this probably. And the color's kind of off, so I don't know. I might be able to make it a little darker and make it match a little more. See, like that. There we go. So darken the color for the tongue because the tongue's not going to look exactly the same. And then make it mesh as well if you want to. Then the key part that you're going to have to do is this. You're going to have to go to the tongue again. But instead this time you're gonna have to put a tongue that's gonna overlap that top half. You're gonna have that white to make it look like that's where the slide tab ends. Basically, now you see it kind of looks like a slide. You can kind of see where like your socks would be. Your socks are basically that white. All the white areas are your sock, and the rest, I mean, anything that's like colored is basically your shoe. So, if you want to make any other color, you can do whatever color you want. You don't necessarily need this layer. And if you put it there, you can just make it green too, so you can cover up that hole. But other than that, you basically made your slide. Like, see, this is as far as I can make it as like a Gucci slide, because you can't cover the tongue with an overlay. Save these first of all. Save them as whatever you want. So you're gonna save them as Nike like slides, Nike, like name them. You can give them like a colorway name them the Gucci slides. Okay, so once you load into your myplayer, make your way over to Foot Locker, around the corner of the neighborhood, as you guys know. So when you get to Foot Locker, go inside, of course, obviously, and then go to the tab where you made your shoe. So like if you made it under Nike, go to Nike. If you made it under Jordan, go to Jordan. And like if you made it for Adidas or Under Armour, do the same thing. So whatever shoe brand you made it for, go to that shoe brand. So right here. So you get your shoe, right? So I got my 2 pairs of shoes that I have, whatever. This is the one we're focusing on though, the Gucci slides, right? Let's press R3 if we can to wear it out of the store. I guess it won't let us. So we're gonna click there, press OK, and we're gonna stroll out of here. But okay, so since we couldn't wear it out of the store, I'm gonna have to run back to my court now. Alright, so once you're in my court, you're gonna go over to your closet. Make your way over there, make your way over as fast as you can, because 2K wants to make your player really slow. Go in your closet, go to your shoes. When the tab comes up, go down to your shoes. Okay, so mine's right here. So I equipped that. Now I made sure my socks are white, and so I have the white socks on right here. Make sure that whatever color you make, so if you want to make it black socks, make sure you make the base of the shoe black socks. But if you want white socks, make sure you make the base white, so that you can wear white socks with them. So now you're gonna get out of your closet, and you're gonna have your slides on. It should look like you have some sandals on. See how my slides look? So now I have some sandals on, and when I walk around, it looks more like slides when you walk around because your feet are moving. It doesn't. Nobody can really get a good glance at them. But yeah, it looks like you got some sandals on. You're just walking around in some slides. So yeah, that's really how you make the slides. That's about it. I can shoot around in them. It's funny when you go to the park because it looks like for those of you who played like in tournament basketball, like AAU travel, stuff like that, high school even, when you're like just walking around off the court, and you know you got your slides on and you got your gear on, your long socks, you're just chilling, walking around. That's what it kind of reminds me of. So yeah, that's pretty much how you make the slides. You just put some certain overlays on a base and match it with your sock color. And that's really it. But to the next video, y'all. I'm RJC, and I'm out here. Deuces!